we must remember that there's a reaction against digital for many parts of society.
And you mentioned before, and I know that you're very involved from a digital perspective, you mentioned the importance of IT, the arrival of AI to help do exactly what you're talking about in terms of personalization and so on. Again, I'd like to take advantage of your experience and ask if, I mean, you've seen a lot of different digital tools, you've been involved in creating some, and like all of us working in digital health, I'm sure you've had stumbling blocks and successes. And I wonder if you could give 2 or 3 pitfalls that you have seen that should be avoided as you create digital tools to help patients deal with both behavioral and therapeutic elements of their diseases.
Yeah, I think, I mean, design is fun, but it's very hypothetical. And putting something hypothetical into real life setting is very different. So sometimes less is more in the design phase, I think, and more concentration on testing and trying is important with different types of user groups, you know. Also, we must remember that there's a reaction against digital for many parts of society. It's not just age related, and now also I think we need to be a little bit wary of that, because people want to go back to the face to face. Of course, it's kind of even the nostalgia of face to face, you know. So I think what we're designing, we have to make a space that it's not purely digital. There's a interactive face-to-face time, and hence that concept of blended care, which is different for different people. Some people want 80% digital, some people 20%, and I think we have to be flexible with that in design. Also, I think that budget on design, don't go full out, keep budget back for that tweaking in the design. If you have to come back to it, if you've tried and tested it and there's something not quite right there, at least you've got time to redo. Otherwise you'll end up with no budget, and then you could be months, how long, waiting for a new budget to do what you already needed. So and your IT can get out of date so fast at the moment. I think that we need to be careful about that. And I also think that the going back to the drawing board, rethinking through the pathways, the care pathways, the journeys, be slightly ahead of the market, but not too far ahead, because it takes people a long time for cultural change when you're talking about critical mass. So it's a fascinating journey, but it's very challenging too.